Hi there, I'm Lee Brainerd. Welcome to Soothkeep. This evening I'd like to encourage your hearts with another Rapture Nugget. This evening we're going to look at a cup of cold water. Now, many believers are discouraged. They feel like they don't love the Lord enough, they don't serve Him enough, they don't follow Him hard enough, they don't do enough for Him. They feel like they're not good enough. They feel like their motives aren't good enough, their motives aren't pure enough, and they wonder if they're going to have any rewards at all, or if they do, it's going to be a pittance in heaven. Well, let me take you to the heart of our loving Father in heaven. In Matthew 10:42 we read, "Whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward." Now think about what's going on here. We're looking at an insignificant work in an insignificant realm. Or at least it's something that appears to be an insignificant work in an insignificant realm. Efforts don't come much smaller than giving somebody a cup of water. And mind you, this isn't a nationwide ministry passing out cups of water, running around the world trying to find places to pass out cups of water. This is just an average believer going about their normal affairs of their life and seeing a need, a small need that they can meet. And notice the less than ideal motive. This was not done in the name of the Lord. This was done in the name of a disciple. The Lord's attitude is really amazing in this. The very least things that we do, even when done in the name of one of His disciples, are rewarded by Him. He identifies very intimately with His disciples. And so what's the practical application of this? What does it mean by in the name of a disciple? This is like, oh wait, you know Pete Garcia? Oh, here, let me give you a helping hand. Or this is like, wait, you know Manda Gonzalez? Hey, let me buy you a cup of coffee. This is what's going on. This is the dynamic here. Well, let's look at Matthew 25:40. In the context here is the judgment of the sheep and the goats. "Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, you have done it unto me." Notice how the Lord identifies with His people, even the very least of them, so that whatever you do to the very least of the Lord's people, you do it to Him. You can't lose when this is the rules of the game. So kick your fears about your imperfect motives to the curb. Throw them in the trash. And to take your fears that you're just not good enough and not doing enough things and not doing big enough things or not doing good enough things, just throw them away. Just do whatever your hand finds to do and do it heartily unto the Lord. Small services to the people of God. Mundane needs that need to be met. When you do these things, you're warming the heart of the Lord, and He dearly appreciates it. Let's look at Hebrews 6:10 for our last passage. "For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which you have showed towards His name, in that you have ministered to the saints and do minister." His Spirit isn't that you aren't doing enough. His Spirit is that every little thing you do will be rewarded amply. He's not looking for excuses not to reward. He's looking for excuses to reward. Notice it's a badge of honor for Him. He's not going to forget your work and labor of love. And He doesn't say, well, you don't do works and labors of love often enough. You're only doing one or two a week, when I think you really ought to be doing one or two an hour, or one or two per afternoon, or one or two per morning. He's just observing your work and labor of love in your sphere what you find to do for him. And he appreciates it. So in conclusion, never underestimate the value and rewardability of small things. Kind words, encouragements, small favors, little gifts, little helps, caring, praying, sometimes even prying. These little things go a long way to encouraging the believers and warming the heart of God. So whatever your hand finds to do, whether it's a big thing or a little thing, whether it's in a big way or a little way, just do it heartily unto the Lord. And never forget, the biggest thing that you will ever do for God is simply believing in Jesus. Eyes wide open, brain engaged, heart on fire. We'll see you next time.